that? Yeah. Why would it burn him? Flare! Maybe he tried to burn it! Maybe he burned himself before it could get to him.
Having lunch today with the guy, Harry Manfredi.
Oh,
Who's the composer on the Friday the 13th movies. And, you know, he's kind of...
I know that name. And then, he did the music. Yeah, cool.
I'll have him sign one of your vinyls. But
yeah, I have them. I have probably whatever Waxworks has put out for vinyl, I have all of them.
So yeah, get him ready. We'll have him sign them. But, you know, he's kind of a throwback to an era where these things weren't so... They became formulated during his employment run, but they weren't so much. And that's maybe why I find Carpenter so interesting, because he's so out of the box. Like, when The Thing hit, for those of us who can remember, I mean, I was very young, like maybe the first grade or something like that. And somebody in the second grade had seen it. And we had just seen the commercial with like the Mayday and the distress call. And
Station 31. You read me? Found something in the ice. We need some help down here. Can anybody hear me? We found something. We found something. We found something.
12 men have just discovered something. For 100,000 years, it was buried in the snow and ice. Now it has found a place to live. Inside. Where no one can see it, or hear it, or feel it.
I know I'm human. Some of you are still human. This thing doesn't want to show itself. It wants to hide inside an imitation. It'll fight if it has to, but it's vulnerable out in the open. If it takes us over, then it has no more enemies. Nobody left to kill it. And then it's won.
You guys gonna listen to Gary? He can beat one of those things!
Dude, you got to tell us all about the movie. And I remember him telling us, and I asked, I'm like, so who lives? You know, because I thought I'd never see it.
Yeah.
And he goes, no one. The two guys freeze to death in the end. And like hearing that from a second grader on the playground is like, we were like, what kind of movie is this? We were used to the Death Star gets blown up, bro.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, that's so, well, it's so fucked up to even conceive of an idea like that as a kid, but it's also exciting because it's like you've never heard of anything like that where they go that dark with the ending of fuck, everyone dies. Wow.
Yeah. You know? Before it wasn't used in every third or fourth movie.
It happens too much now.
Yeah. The trapped device was very intriguing. Alien, The Thing. Now it's a go-to for many filmmakers. In fact, I think many filmmakers rely on it too much is like 30% of what they got going within the context of their script. When I was based at the Warner lot, after Warner Brothers, I moved to the Warner Hollywood lot, which is now I think Showtime. The Showtime building is right where my office was, but they put me next to Frank Darabont, who was brilliant.
Yeah, he's great.
Very friendly, very upbeat. Kind of ironic that we now have Frank Darabont's favorite prison guard did A Christmas Carol with this Clancy Brown.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and Mark Ralston, Frank Darabont's favorite sister, did some charity work with us too, from Aliens and Lethal Weapon 2.
Right? Yeah. Right.
We were talking about him last night too.
Yeah,
he worked his way. Everyone, when you start talking to Evan, man, it's like a Wikipedia fun. Everything will come up.
Yeah, we kind of tap into each other though, so we go like just down the line. Hey, what about this? What about that? It's like we kind of know, we both know about all this stuff, so we just kind of run along with each other. It's cool.
Right. And you're an underappreciated writer. I'll throw that out there too while we're talking. But
appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. People should look. People should look between the cracks for the talent in this town. But I was next to Frank Darabont. I remember one day, one of his executives said so-and-so in his office, the guy who answered the phone, had just submitted a script that apparently had gotten the green light for a Thing prequel. Now that version I've since heard was not made, but I remember when that happened and I was like, damn, this dude got it. Not like I'm stoked for him too at the same time, but I'm not a prequel guy. I always think you should advance the story, not go back to an ending people know. I don't think you should I don't think we needed to know
because you're locked in. You're locked. You're on guide or whatever. You're on a track basically to the movie everybody knows, and you especially can't avoid comparisons to like the hit movie.
Right.
It's just kind of a tough road to go. Except for Temple of Doom, it works with that, but that's about it. Yeah.
I mean, legend is a very powerful tool in filmmaking for me, and it's like the legend of what Darth Vader did to become Darth Vader was better than seeing it.
Oh yeah.
And for the Thing, it's the same thing. I don't need to see the prequel. I kind of like the idea of a rescue team showing up and finding, another. I'd rather go that direction forward.
Did you ever see it? Did you ever see the prequel?
So I did, only because David Foster, who produced both, came through our studio. He was very gracious with us. He came through a few times, and
cool.
I used to deliver mail to David Foster's office at Warner Brothers when I started out in the courier department. So I knew him. I knew him as a mail deliverer. And you can hear me in the interview saying I used to deliver mail to his office. And he's like, God damn it, I'm trying to forget about that. But so he came through and he did what producers do, which is bait you into seeing it by telling you it's going to be good. And it wasn't. But that's his job, is also... Your job in this town, kids, is not just to make the movie. Your job is to sell the movie. You got to sell the movie,
yeah.
So hate it all you want. That is a logistical aspect of your job. So he came through and sold us on it. So we saw it, and then we were like, why? I mean, you had...
What did you think of, give it like a grade, or give it a number from 1 to 10? What would you give it?
1.5, probably.
Damn, so you hated it.
So...
I just thought it was okay. Like there were kind of some parts in it that I was like, oh, cool, but I don't know. Yeah, it's like it's a total unnecessary film to have, really.
Look, I wouldn't say I hated it, and there are people out there that love it, and I'm
1.5 is hatred, my friend.
Is it? Because doesn't the scale go below 0 in the new math?
Yeah.
But my thinking
I was going to say 7.
I mean, here's the thing. If you have an aspect of the movie that you rely heavily on that takes me right out of the movie, and their effects, their CGI did, and you hammer that on me, then every time I see that
opening up on the helicopter,
the rating goes down. If you use it once and you slip it through, then I can probably do it. But as you keep pounding me with it, your rating sinks. It's like a kid making a book report in front of the class, and he hasn't read the book, and he keeps kind of shitting on himself as he goes. So it's kind of, for me, it's like, buddy, you're about to end up in detention. Here's the thing I did like about it. I love the setting. I love the ambition of it, and I thought the casting was good. But
yeah.
But what was good about the original to me was sort of that slow burning. I mean, it's not all that slow, but there is a gradual intrigue that builds, and the film itself could be edited in a way where it's not even about the alien if you chose to do that. But it's like one of those things where the suspicion builds in almost like Hitchcockian fashion, like it's not who is it, which is a key part of it, but it's also who's it gonna be. And I mean, I have my antagonistic moments in the original too. Like for one, I loved Kurt Russell. He was my favorite actor as a kid. Escape from New York. I loved all those movies.
Oh
I
yeah,
love,
I love him too. He's great.
I love his brother-in-law, Jack Philbrick, who's an established UPM and gave me my first experience on a film set when he was the UPM on Picket Fences.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
love everything about Kurt and his family. Met his son in a meeting at the firm.
Cool. Nice.
There's nothing, he is everything you hope he would be. But I remember like watching The Thing and McCready, a character I love, like they just get through the blood tests and he goes and finds Childs like guarding the door. And he's like, we're about to go out and give Blair the test. If he comes back and we're not with him, burn him.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to do it like Steven Seagal, but
you kind of slipped into it. It happened gradually.
Yeah, I'll get to my Seagal stories later. But
that's an alternate version of The Thing. Yeah, from another universe where Steven Seagal is McCready.
I should tell you when Steven Seagal gave me 24 hours to come up with a horror scripts moment. Save that one for another day. But I remember like he's doing that, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? We just got the blood test. We know who's who. No one is splitting up.
Right.
Like this is the squad.
Yeah, eyes on everyone at every moment,
Yeah. Like you're not even going into a latrine unless that door stays open. Like no one is doing, and then there's a couple of other moments like that. You don't have a movie if these moments don't happen, and I understand that. But it's also as a fan, you're just like, why? Like there's Steve Surgic and I, who directed The Witcher. We talk about this movie religiously. We both love it, and he always has this moment, like we were talking about the moment Ash opens the airlock in Alien and how you don't have a movie if he doesn't punch that button. But we were like, what the fuck are you doing? What's the protocol on the ship? And there's that moment in The Thing too where he's like, they're at the burned out Norwegian camp and smoke, which I understand was the set for the US base camp. They just wrecked it. But
yeah, it was after they literally blew it up. I love that all those explosions are real. That's
for sure.
Kind of that one where that's the end of the movie where it blows up. But there's a moment. Have you ever watched the movies? Do you ever watch anytime you can watch a Carpenter film where it's Kurt Russell and John Carpenter doing the commentary together? It's like the best. Have you ever checked any of those out?
Yes. I remember The Thing and Big Trouble, both.
Yeah.
Gold.
I feel like there's one for Escape from LA. I know there's one from Escape from New York that's like they're just laughing the whole time and fucking around. It's pretty cool. But is it when is it Windows? No. Who's the guy who's like Palmer? Okay, so when Palmer runs out into the snow and McCready like throws the dynamite, like that explosion actually knocks Kurt Russell back in the shot, and he was like talking about it, on the commentary. So every time I watch the movie, I go, "Oh shit, man!"
And there's a moment like that in Big Trouble too, in that commentary where they talk about the ballistics going a little off the gauge in a way that,
I just think of vampires when the hotel blows up behind James Woods and he like flinches.
Yeah, he does. It's but I love that Carpenter goes real with it, and now there's probably rules that have changed since they've made The Thing in Big Trouble where
you can't have fun anymore. Shit's
is that what it is? I could feel like the union saying, "I'm sorry, you guys can't have fun. I know you want to do a napalm strike on the street of L.A. Here and like down Wilshire, but in The Thing, there's that moment where they're in the Norwegian camp and they see this incredible Botine creation.
That face that's blending into another. It's
completely haunting, right?
Carpenter in the commentary is like, "That's a vision of hell." Like it's true though. It's like, oh my god, that's fucking horrifying. You just look at it and you go, oh fuck.
Yeah, he sees that, right? And it's surrounded by like kerosene cans.
Yeah,
and
they
he's like,
tried to burn it up in a hurry, right, or something like that.
And he goes they're looking at it through the smoke, and McCready goes, "Get a shovel, Doc." And I'd be like, well, hold the fuck up, buddy.
Let's just leave this here.
Hold on, this ain't getting on the chopper with us. Do you see this? Were you not? Did you not witness the fucking debacle in our dog pen last night?
Like it's after that shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why would you bring that with you?
Was it? Yeah. Was it? No, wait. Maybe it was before. I mean, I should know because I've seen the movie 100 times.
We both should know, and I love that we both definitively do not know.
You know what's great about it is it means we're gonna have to see it again.
You're gonna have to watch it again and again and again till we get it right.
Yeah. No, because I do think they do bring it back, and they have that "we found this" moment, but it does open us up to that conversation of how brilliant some of the professionals were on this, not just Dean Cundy, but Albert Whitlock, who did a lot of that matte work. It's pretty brilliant. I mean, the whole movie, but that's such a smart movie. Yeah, it's like, if you want to ask me what's missing from, say, 90% of the movies today is the intellectual level of it.
Hi there, everybody. Voice actor Roger Craig Smith here to talk to you about NMOSD. It can paralyze you, it can blind you, it can even kill you in a matter of minutes, but we are very close to a cure, and with that cure could come a cure for cancer. So please go to the Guthrie Jackson Foundation and donate today. Appreciate it.